Disciples of the watch, I stand before you in the name of the one true God.
Hollywood actress Drew Barrymore's been leading other stars, including Kelly Osbourne and celebrity blogger Perez Hilton, in protest against a ban on same-sex marriage.
Olsen says some celebrities have contributed to changes in public opinion on the issue.
Lady Gaga. I'm very proud that she announced last week that one of the songs on her album was inspired by the Proposition 8 case. She really said that, so we accept her.
I hate the truth. In fact, I hate the truth so much, I'd prefer a giant dose of bullshit any day over the truth. Show me your teeth. Stand up. It's time to get your second wind, you bunch of drunk assholes. Let's go, sing! Jesus. Show me your teeth. Show me your teeth. You are such an asshole. You know that? You are such an asshole on that instrument. You are so goddamn disrespectful on that guitar. Who taught you to play guitar like that? Jesus, show me your teeth.
Shut her. Be silent.
Demons have been possessing rock stars for the last 50 years. In his classic on demon possession, John Nebius writes that those without any prior musical talent might become competent singers under possession. He further states, quote, "It may be said in general of possessed persons that sometimes people who cannot sing are able when possessed to do so. Others who ordinarily cannot write verses when possessed compose and rhyme with ease."
Then I got into a secret society that worshipped the spirits, you see. And there was a very, very popular big band leader.
Jazz
band. Very famous. He played a lot in Montreal, Canada, Vancouver, the big cities. The band leader says, "How do you think that I became famous the way that I am?" Well, I said, "You must have had some good luck." Well, he says, "There's no such thing as good luck." He says, "There's either some power working for you somewhere, or you don't get ahead in the story."
I watched them take the lives of children. I watched them take the life of my twin brother.
I was forced to help kill other children. I was forced to participate in their cannibalism.
I was forced to eat human waste, yes.
Christy also suffered horrible abuse at the hands of her family and their satanic cult. Even as a toddler, Christy says her parents forced her to participate in gruesome rituals, drinking blood, eating feces, and killing children. She grew up on the East Coast. Today, she lives thousands of miles away, but her childhood memories of bizarre satanic rituals remain. In the outside world, her parents were active members of their community, involved in church, school, and organizations like Little League and Girl Scouts. And on the inside, behind closed doors, they and other members of their satanic cult forced Esther to endure repeated ritualistic attacks on her body and her mind.
There was a circle, and I was put in the middle of the circle, and there was a fire around me. During that part, I was told I was being married to Satan and being a child of Satan.
I was pushed and shoved off the altar and also forced to cut this child that I had just given birth to and then eat part of its arm and then throw it into the fire alive.
And then I was covered with feces and sewer sludge and ashes of dead babies, and I was put in and out of a furnace. And I screamed and cried, and I believe that where the stuff came off is where I have the scarring on my hands today. Still being done today. They're not being stopped.
I guess the thing that's most compelling to me as a clinician is to hear reports from a variety of patients who do not have contact with each other, who report very similar stories, and stories which are shocking and alarming about murder and sacrifice of human beings, cannibalism, sexual promiscuity, in what appears to be a very ritualized, planned setting, using not only children, both boys and girls, but adults as well. We also hear similarities in reporting of being buried alive and then being unearthed and told that they've been reborn in the name of Satan.
Kelly and Lauren, remove your blindfolds. For the execution ceremony, you will be buried alive. Step into your coffins. I said step into your coffins now.
What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive, man, I'm alive. You're waking the neighbors. No. Shut up. No. Now I'm going to play your drum set.
We have stories of people being married to Satan in marriage ceremonies.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. They wanna make it in the neighborhood. They like the smell of it in Hollywood. How could it hurt you when it looks so good?
There are repeated reports of serial sexual assaults with the impregnation of a young adolescent and the destruction of that child, often by the mother itself, in the name of Satan.
You're going to have to decide what you want. I was at a crossroads once. I told you about the daughter I had. But I was offered a job at a law firm in New York. The first woman ever accepted there. Then I got pregnant. So I had to make a choice.
Excuse me? You, study over at the university?
Yes, the law school.
My name's Decker.
Patricia, nice to meet you.
Call me Julian. Sure you're ready? Baby's a big responsibility.
I know it is.
What are you doing walking all the way out here? Especially in your condition.
My doctor said it would be all right.
Then Julia died.
How?
I don't know. The doctor said I was perfectly healthy.
You're having complications.
Which is why it's critical, absolutely critical, that you remain on bed rest for the remainder of your pregnancy. No physical exertion of any kind whatsoever, or you could lose the baby. So if you love this child, Patricia, you will not get out of bed till the day it is delivered. Understood?
What are you doing walking all the way out here? Especially in your condition.
Understood?
Yes, understood.
You're gonna be a great mother.
It just happened. And so I was free to start my career.
Stage show, he had a pregnant woman simulate abortion on herself and wrap a little baby in a Nazi flag and present it to a TV set as a human sacrifice. In Marilyn Manson's book, Under the Rules, he quotes Satanist Aleister Crowley, who taught, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Aleister Crowley instructed his followers like Manson to sacrifice babies to Satan. In fact, Marilyn Manson seems to have viewed the sacrificial killing of his own child as a pivotal point of depravity necessary for the success of his album Antichrist Superstar, which was released soon after the murder. In his book under the heading Circle of Nine, Treachery, Traitors to Kin, Manson describes the traitorous treachery of his own wicked heart as he took his little baby to be butchered. The heading Circle of Nine, Traitors to Kin is a reference to the lowest place in hell in Dante's Inferno. This place was said to be reserved for the most wicked and traitorous of betrayers, like the apostate apostle, Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Christ. In his book, Marilyn Manson describes how he was a traitor to his own kin as he took his girlfriend Missy to an abortion clinic. Sadly, many Satanists view abortion as a legal way to sacrifice their children to Satan.
More recently, we're beginning to hear more specific techniques of indoctrination and torture. Torture is very frequently used to one, strengthen the individual to maintain secrecy within the cult, that is, intimidation.
I'm gonna wake up, yes and no. I'm gonna kiss some part of, I'm gonna keep this secret. I'm gonna close my body now.
More recently, we're beginning to hear more specific techniques of indoctrination and torture. Torture is very frequently used to one, strengthen the individual to maintain secrecy within the cult. It's also considered something to be desired by cult, that is, the toleration of pain, the mixing of pain and sexual experiences, and blurring the boundaries between them. But it's, quote, to make a good soldier for Satan.
Dealing with, at this point, my belief anyway, is a well-organized religious and cult-based group that is widespread. There are several purposes to this kind of control. One, it permits the rituals to go on with the complete cooperation of the individual who is being sacrificed in whatever way, whether it's being killed or burned or sexually used for the ritual purposes.
Currently, sex is suppressed. Sorry, your day is over.
We are here to tell you that it is you who should now be afraid of us.
You died for nothing.
My advice is to sleep with as many people as possible.
God, let me give you a little inside information about God. Satanists worship that never.
So many of Hollywood's most famous actors and actresses able to be so amazingly effective and convincing in their performances.
That guy was so electrifying that it came through the television.
How is it that they can move us to laughter, tears, or anger at the drop of a hat? Are they truly gifted with natural talent, as many suggest?
You see this and you're dazzled by their talent.
Do they possess a creative streak of genius that is unknown to most men? Or unknown to most men, are they in fact possessed?
I remember just constant, absolute terror, and I can't explain how intense, how strong, how all-encompassing that terror is. Unless you do this, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna die.
Is it possible that these actors and actresses are possessed by demonic spirits who have a specific agenda to fulfill? Oscar award-winning actor Denzel Washington told 60 Minutes exactly how he brings forth his best performances.
Basically what I did was got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits, and when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have written that down and made a decision to play that.
What, are you gonna smoke that? Nope, you are.
Hell if I am, kid. You're Jesus freak. You're Jesus freak.
Oh, the Oscar goes to
Denzel Washington.
God is good. God is great.
Jesus freak. You're Jesus freak.
Greek word for actor is Hippocrates. and referred to Greek actors in theater. The reason Hippocrates linguistically sounds like the word hypocrite rather than actor is because it is from this word that we have derived the word hypocrite. This word is used over 20 times throughout God's word and solely by Jesus. This is because Jesus used it of the religious actors of his day known as the Pharisees, who were hypocritical and denied in behavior the faith they claimed to profess with their lips. When confronting and speaking the truth to the Pharisees, Jesus deliberately exposed their wicked state of heart that they hid between the mask of pseudo-righteous deeds. He said,
"Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of dead men's bones and everything unclean. In the same way, on the outside you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness."
The danger of Satanism and the occult to society, I liken to a narcotic. It's addictive. It's power they're seeking. And when they find out that they toyed with a ritual, and that ritual worked, they're hooked. It's just like the hook in the side of their mouth as a fish. It takes them one step further, and pretty soon the hook is not on the side of the mouth. They have swallowed it completely. And it is a magnet, and it is a magnet that they can't go away from. It just draws them further and further and further. And pretty soon, they're not going with just lightweight rituals. They're graduating from candle rituals to wearing the costumes, the regalia with the ritual swords. They're going to the black hoods, to the animal sacrifices, and where may that take them? To human sacrifice.
Watch them kill animals. And then as I grew up, the threats became a little bit more subtle. It was always just don't talk. And that was real hard to deal with, you know, because people say, well, why didn't you ever say anything? Well, when you have such vivid memories of seeing your brother die, then you know not to talk.
Why is it that no one knows this?
Because there's Satanists in the police force and also in the government, the army, they're everywhere.
I said to him, God's going to get you for this. And he took me from the tree where I had been tied to observe and put me in a pit. And in this pit there were the remains of human sacrifices, of babies, of animals, and snakes that they used in the various ceremonies. And in this pit, they put a cover over it and left me there for quite some time. I'm not sure how long. I lost track of time. I no longer knew when it was daylight or when it was dark because of the covering. And every so often, they'd come and just take the covering off and just stand at the top of this pit and taunt me, "Where's your God now?" And they threw human flesh, baby flesh down. And that's what I was to survive on.
I began to drink blood because it gave me a rush, it gave me a thrill. You know, it was like, wow, I'm drinking blood, you know. And then I began to like it. You know, the taste of it, I liked the taste of it. It was a very strange taste and I liked it. And it got to the point where I had to carry blood around with me all the time. Because if I didn't, I'd get to thinking about it and that'd be all I could think about. It was like it was craving, like, you know, I needed it.
When they torture the children, it causes a physical reaction of the endomorphins in your body to just increase because of the terror and the pain. So when the Satanists drink the blood, they actually get like a chemical, a high, like a drug high from the blood of a tortured victim.
Elphasar, who says he feeds about twice a week, agrees to let us film him feeding. He wants to help lift the veil on what society considers taboo.
I'm going to give you an example of a safe blood feed. Not necessarily the safest, but it is my most comfortable way to feed.
Not necessarily the safest.
No, the safest blood feeds, they actually draw the blood from the vein.
They draw it using a needle, he says. Some will then transfer the blood to a glass and drink it.
But in this case, what are you going to do?
I'm actually going to take it straight from the donor, right here. We use this area because it doesn't scar up. It heals a lot faster.
Bo is the donor. He's done this before.
Does it hurt?
It's not comfortable, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not any worse than getting a piercing or a tattoo.
Belfasar removes his fangs and rinses with mouthwash. He sterilizes the skin, all meant to make things safe. But in reality, as you'll hear later, it's far from safe.
The good thing with the blade I'm using, I don't actually have to cut. I can just poke.
Poke and be done.
Yeah. I use a brand new blade every time. Are you ready?
Yeah, why not?
See? It doesn't take a whole lot.
It's not easy to watch. But believe it or not, this feeding is basic to what vampires think they need to stay healthy and energized.
It's a rush of energy. There's a bond between the two individuals.
Even though the vampires are taking from someone, there is an energy that we give off that for some people they describe it as calming. Other people describe it as sensually arousing.
Jade reads tarot cards in the French Quarter. She says she feeds on sex and on blood. The more, the better.
I can do it once a week and stay balanced. I can do twice a week and stay happy. I can do it on a daily basis and just be real happy.
I began to drink blood because it gave me a rush, it gave me a thrill. You know, it was like, wow, I'm drinking blood, you know. And then I began to like it. You know, the taste of it, I liked the taste of it. It was a very strange taste and I liked it. And it got to the point where I had to carry blood around with me all the time. Because if I didn't, I'd get to thinking about it and that'd be all I could think about. It was like it was craving, like, you know, I needed it.
Cannibals. Spy TV team member and crack military consultant James Cervase is here to push these people to the limit.
This is the Super Bowl of extreme reality shows. If you're not serious about this commitment, you really don't need to be here.
First up, everyone signs a contract that basically says the show's not liable for anything.
Loss of a limb?
Beheaded? Loss of life? You guys have a bad show if you kill me.
Test number 1, a grueling lie detector exam.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your pain threshold?
About a 7.
That's not coming through here.
No, 8.
That's not right.
Let's try 4 then. 4? Yeah. 3.
That's right.
Test number 2 is physical.
I need anybody to drop down and give me 10 push-ups.
We'll gauge their strength and their balance.
It's not meant to be funny, people.
Test 3 is for leadership.
I need to see some leadership skills. I need you to bark out an order.
Sit on the ground, sir! We need to move this log right this minute.
What's your name, boy?
Move that piece of wood over there.
Based on these tests, we select 4 finalists for our still unnamed extreme reality show. There's Darren, Jennifer, Homer, and Candace. After the obligatory publicity shoot, it's on to the taste test, where we hit them with yummy morsels like worms and tarantula meat.
Oh, okay.
But our fearless contestants are about to find out that this competition isn't just dog eat dog. It's human eat human.
Cannibalism.
This is human flesh. Just eat what you can of it.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
I can't eat another human.
If you can't do it, you can't do it.
We understand.
We totally understand.
Where's it from? A dead person or what? Damn, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Just do it
Block it out,
as
man.
little as you
Alright,
can
come on.
if you have to. Or...
Block it out. I don't need it fast, eat it slow.
You okay?
Actually, it's pork, but it tastes like human. Amazingly, only Jennifer decides that people don't fit into her 4 basic food groups.
We told you this was an extreme show.
I know, you did.
Go for it.
I'm not eating a human.
You just do what you can do.
Well, they've proven that some people will do anything to get on television.
Satan's purpose is to use his servants to trick us into sinful lifestyles. Harvey Weinstein, co-president of Miramax Studios.
I just want to thank my agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
Admits that film has given America an acceptance of things I don't think they would have embraced. Maybe they were tricked into it by an exciting marketing campaign, but when they came out of it, they came out different.
Do I look like somebody who tried to trick you?
Paul the Apostle spoke of how Satan himself is an actor and that he uses other actors to snow their audiences and who are in reality servants of Satan. Paul wrote,
They have fooled you by masquerading, but I am not surprised. Even Satan can masquerade himself as an angel of light. So it is no wonder that his servants can also do it by pretending. In the end, they will get every bit of punishment their wicked deeds deserve.
I did want to ask you one question.
What's that?
It's career advice, really. You've accomplished everything you set out to do. Is it worth it?
The torpedo that sunk the Cheonan and took the lives of 46 South Korean sailors was fired by a North Korean submarine.
North Korea's weapons program continues to intensify. Now surpassed 1,000 missiles.
Global leaders express concern over North Korea's latest atomic test.
Kim Jong-il's government strongly defended its recent atomic test as a rightful response to Western aggression. The president appeared at the UN to call for severe sanctions against North Korea.
This morning comes the news of Kim Jong-il's death. North Koreans greet their new supreme leader, Kim Jong-il's son, Kim Jong-un.
우리 공화국의 통일은 남한과의 한민족을 갖고 올 것이며 경제와 산업의 발전을 갖고 올 것입니다.
Today, our beloved leader, Kim Jong-un, has united North and South Korea, forming the Greater Korean Republic.
Talks to end the Saudi-Iran war have stalemated once again. Meanwhile, damaged oil wells and pipelines burn uncontrollably, deeply affecting world supplies.
Although costs at the pump are ready to break the dreaded $20 ceiling.
The only good communist is a dead communist!
Across the nation, civil unrest has intensified with the demise of the U.S. dollar.
This is not a retreat, nor are we abandoning our Asian allies.
Under threat of annihilation by the Greater Korean Republic, Japan has surrendered.
Martial law is now in effect. Excessive force will be used.
Hours after the president ordered a freeze on bank withdrawals.
We don't know where we will get our next meal from.
The Mexican government has imposed strict immigration quotas, effectively closing its borders to American refugees.
And now, a message from the great leader of the occupied United States.
Greetings to our comrades, citizens of the new America. For the last 2 years, you have known sacrifice, and you have known loss. But surely as dawn follows night, A brilliant sun now shines across the world. It is the light of prosperity and progress, and the burning torch of peace.
President Barack Obama is not bluffing. He is not bluffing.
Now to North Korea, a nation that has nuclear weapons and is tonight threatening to use them against the United States, vowing to attack Washington and engulf the nation's capital, quote, in a sea of flames.
The deteriorating situation with North Korea. All of a sudden, that country's leader has scrapped the armistice that suspended the Korean War. The 1953 ceasefire is now null and void.
You're looking at an advanced weapons system capable of destroying each of your countries 14 times over, 15 in the case of North Korea.
The succession that the Lord promised to His Holy Church until we will hear the voice of the angel of the Apocalypse proclaiming, there is no more time, God's mystery has been executed. At that point, the history of the church will end, together with the history of the world, with the advent of new heavens and a new world.